In today's episode, we're going to do a walk around of my pressure washing rig, so stay tuned. Guys, welcome to the Mr. Bubbles channel. I got an exciting episode for you. We're going to do a quick walk around. I was talking about this the other, like 2 videos ago when we were doing a house washing with our water boss. I told you that we were going to do a walk around with this new setup of mine for 2026. I put this together right at the beginning of the season. I knew that I was going to need this rig because, as you guys well know, you guys that follow the channel, that, you know, I'm back out in the field full time, at least for the months of March, April, May, and June. And then just to help my guys out, because even when we were doing videos over the winter, I've been telling you guys, I mean, we're just like so backed up with all the commercial, all the residential. And so, yeah, I'm back in the field, and this is the rig that I built for myself. So let's do a walk around. First off, you know, the level of equipment that you're going to see on here to carry this, I needed 2 things. One, I needed an F-250, and that's what that truck is, an F-250. And then also an 8-foot bed. Now, if you're going to put a rig together that is similar to mine, you can do it with like, let's say a 1500 or F-150, but the level of weight that you're going to put on there is going to put a tremendous amount of stress on especially your transmission, also your engine, but you got to take that into account. But you won't be able to put all of this equipment on here without an 8-foot bed. So let's go ahead and walk around. You see here on the side here, these are my hose reels. This is my 3/4 inch FlexZilla. We got 200 feet in there. I wanted to show you guys this because not too many people in the industry has this setup right here. You see the fitting that comes with the FlexZilla, I don't like because it's really hard to manipulate. So we get these Orbits fittings right here. You get them in Lowe's. As a matter of fact, I'll put up a like a screenshot for you guys. I'm talking about. You can order these at not Lowe's, guys. You get these at on Amazon, and you can also, the other place where you can get them is Tractor Supply, and you see here it's like a little shut off valve, really easy to manipulate. You see that right there. And then what I did is I have a box of about 15-20 of them, and then every month, because they only cost, I want to say it's right around $6 or $7 every month. When that not plastic, it's actually rubber, when this rubber fitting right here gets really worn out, I just go ahead and put a new shutoff valve on there. Super easy, and you know, you're only spending $7 or $8 a month, and you know, you just switch that out. The other thing is this hose reel here, guys, is a 3/4 inch manifold. It's not 1/2 inch. You see the big swivel on here, and the reason for that being is I want to get as much water as possible flowing into my tank. And then you see this 3/4 inch line right here. And that line, if you follow it, that's this line right here where my finger is. And it goes into the buffer tank right there. And we'll talk about the buffer tank here in a second. But anyway, so that is your bigger, this is a Steel Eagle. Again, 3/4 inch manifold. That's the tube where the water travels through, right? So like this one right here, where my pressure line is, that's a 1/2 inch right there, and that's a 3/4 inch. Again, the reason so I can get more flow into the tank. Now, one of the things we'll talk about here, this is a dead reel. If you guys have never heard the term before, a dead reel is a reel that is just used to roll up the hoses. You see here where my finger is pointing, there is no swivel here, right? There's no whip line connecting to my pressure washer. I am literally just using that reel to roll up the hoses. Now, sometimes, why do we do this? Well, there's a variety of reasons. You know, when you have a big pressure washing company and you're constantly going through maintenance, parts, and so forth, This right here helps me save time because I don't have to keep switching out to this swivel. See, this swivel right here, guys, is nothing but water running through it, so it'll last me several years. But here, because I would have chemical running through it, man, sometimes you're changing that swivel out 2 or 3 times a year, and it's annoying to deal with. So for that, that's what this is right here. This is what's called a block, and you see I have a quick connect on there. So for example, if I'm doing a house and I just need, let's say I'm doing the driveway and I only need 100 foot, this is 200 foot of fierce jet 3/8 and a single wire, and then I'll just pull out 100 like that, and then I'll connect straight to my block. And then here's the other thing that's important. This line right here is going into a uniseal right there. You see the uniseal, right? So the uniseal is just a rubber gasket, so the whip line is not rubbing up against the wood. This is a 1/2 inch line, guys. It's not a 3/8, and it ends right here where my finger is. You see, that's that line right here. That's how I connect to my machine. So again, that's a 8-foot whip line, and I just drilled a hole in the wood right there where you see it, put a uniseal, and then I ran the line underneath this platform right here, wooden platform that's holding up my hose reel. So Flexzilla, 200 feet of my pressure line, again, Fierce Jet. And by the way, I'll put up the website here where I get my hoses. Fierce Jet I get at Doug Rucker's store. I'll put up a screenshot of where it is and what the hose is so you guys can get it. Best hose in the industry, guys, and I've used every single hose. The other thing I recommend you do is don't get 200 feet. This is 2 100-foot sections. You see the connection right here. And the reason for that being is, you know, when you have 100-foot brake on you, you just switch it out. And then inside my truck right here in the back, I have a brand new rolled up 100 feet, okay? So you see it, and all my hose reels are Steel Eagles. I actually, if you guys see this reel is kind of old. Man, I don't remember exactly how old it is. I had it in my warehouse back here. But that's what this is right here, guys. Let me show you. This is a brand new stand-up tank, 55 gallon. But that's what that is in that box, is a brand spanking new hose reel. Because on Sunday, this Sunday coming up, I am going to switch this out. Now, to switch this out, you see it down here, I just have a 3/8 bolt. You see it? So I have 4 3/8 bolts, and the hose reel is exactly the same size. So I'll just pop this out, pop the new one in there, and then put my hose on there. And again, I don't have to put the swivel because, again, it's a dead reel. But I did buy a brand new reel. This is also a brand new reel, and again, the difference here is this is 3/4 inch, this is 1/2 inch, and your whip line for your machine, you know, if you're running your big machine, should be a 3/4 whip line. You guys see that? And I connected that with an elbow right here, all right, to my block. Now, moving on. So again, water, pressure, and this is my soft washing reel. This right here, guys, is 5/8 blue soft washing hose. Now, a lot of times when you guys watch other creators in the industry, you see them using a yellow or sometimes orange soft washing hose. A lot of times that's actually what's called an ag hose. An ag is short for agricultural hose. Those are 3/8, and I used to use 3/8 agricultural hose. I mean, we're talking like maybe 9 years ago, and I switched to these. I can't even remember how long ago. It's been at least maybe 7, 8 years, to the 5/8 hose. You see right here, Hurricane. Again, 5/8, super flexible, not very heavy, super durable. This is 200 foot, right? So I got 200 foot, 200 foot, and 200 foot. And this right here, and we'll show you the machines in a second, but this right here is connected to my proportioner, and this is how we soft wash. Okay, so we got soft washing hose, 200 feet. This is connected right here. You see the swivel, and this 3/4 line right here is again connected to my proportioner that you're going to see here on the other side. So that's my hose reel side, and I'll show you the base and how that was created here in a second. But again, guys, this is a professional setup that is going to be able to handle, you know, 4 to 6 jobs per day. Now, moving on here to the back, the other thing that I carry here in the back with me is my water boss that you guys saw. If you go back 2 videos ago, I did a house wash with this same rig, this setup, and I used my water boss. Then I got my regular pressure washing wand. It's got a J-rod, you see it right there. And this right here is that Verizon cover. The Verizon cover is made out of a tarp. That's what we use to cover the Verizon box. And this right here, guys, is my Whisper wash. You see that right there? 24-inch, guys. So, you know, obviously through the years, I've used a lot of different surface cleaners. In my experience, this is the best surface cleaner. I actually got this at pressuretech.com. I'll put it up here for you guys so you know where I got it. pressuretech.com. You know, obviously having an 8 GPM, we're going to talk about the machine here in a second, 8.5 GPM machine, I can go up to 30, 31 inches on my surface cleaner without any issues. But what I've noticed is the bigger the surface cleaner, the heavier it is, which is annoying to deal with. And then also, you know, you have to move slower because the bigger ones, they consume a lot more water. Now, this one right here, perfect size, 24 inches, Whisper wash. And I love how light it is. It's very easy to carry it. And man, I mean, you know, what was it, 2 weeks ago, I was at a job site with the guys helping them out. And, you know, my guys, they have a 31-inch. Yeah, they have a 31-inch Whisper wash. And we did like a little competition where Miguel was doing the top of the driveway. I was doing the bottom. I actually finished way before him, and I finished, you know, help him finish like a quarter more. So this is, you know, it's going to help you save time because, again, you're moving a little bit faster. It's lighter. It's perfect for like a one-man solo operator. Whisper wash 24-inch. And again, I mean, there's multiple places where you can get it, but, you know, again, you guys get to see there where I got it. Now, my rig, if you want to see how I build these, you can watch my, what's it called? My truck build series. This is just a cooler right here, guys. I got this at BJ's. I like this because this is magnetic right here. And, you know, it's big enough for me to be able to put like 8, 9 waters and 3 Gatorades, something like that. And you see right here, guys, look, I mean, this is just a wood pallet that I picked up at a landscape supply store. Picked up some 3/4 inch plywood, and then also, you know, some 2x4s at Lowe's, and then I build that out. And again, I have an entire series where I show you how I build that out. The difference between this and that series is here, you also have a left side. Of course, a lot of guys in the industry, they get that, you know, aluminum skid. And the reason why I didn't go with the aluminum skid is because not this year, next season, we're switching all of our systems out to flatbed trucks. And of course, I'll probably be doing a series, and I'll be showing you guys how we do that. But anyway, let's move on here to the machine, and then I'll show you guys in a second here the tanks. So this is an Aladdin, guys. You see it right there, Aladdin. It is a 23 horsepower. You see that right there? 23 horsepower Vanguard machine. Now, why did I go with this as opposed to the Honda 690 like all of our other rigs? The reason for that being, guys, is because of the space. You see here, it's a very tight space. I wanted a machine that had a small footprint. And what's great about this machine is underneath this skid right here, this metal skid, aluminum skid, you have the battery right there where my finger is pointing. And then you also have the tank, the gas tank underneath there. And I mean, I really love that because, again, you know, I was fighting for space. You guys know that Honda 690, you got to use that, the big tank, that aluminum tank, 13-gallon tank. And I just didn't have the space. And you'll see here in a second there, I didn't have space to put my machine over there either. So this was like a perfect fit for me. This is an 8.5 GPM machine. Again, 23 horsepower. It's 3,500 PSI. Now, right here, this is what I was talking to you guys about in that video. Let me put this to the side here. This is the K7 right here, guys, where my finger is. This is the unloader I was telling you about. The flow sensitive unloader. Of course, this is not the unloader that came with this machine, right? This one right here, all right, you see it right there. That's how I'm able to use the water boss with this, because it redirects the pressure. And then right here, let me show you guys this. This is the injector. So, you know, when I want to downstream, I just connect that right there. And this right here, guys, is a 3-way valve. And the way this works right here is, you guys see that on one of the arms, there's zip ties, black zip ties. So this right here goes to inside my tank, inside my house mix tank. And then this where I'm holding right here, where I'm pointing, this right here is connected inside my buffer tank, my water tank. And this third side right here runs to the injector. So what does that mean? If you guys look on my trailer, on my truck here, I have this big tank right here. That's a 270-gallon buffer tank, guys. And man, I am loving that tank. This is a perfect setup, a perfect tank for a truck build. You know, I've been using this thing now since the beginning of March. Never ran out of water. Never had any issues. Again, 270 gallons, guys. You know, in wherever you go, if you got 270 gallons, it only takes roughly about 250 gallons to do a house. So, you know, absolutely loving this tank. I bought this tank in Pennsylvania. I actually drove out there to get it. I got it at the power wash store up there. So what you see on the right, the Lowe's bucket there, it is inside of a little milk crate, if you see it. That's just, you know, where I have a bucket. Normally I have my my pump sprayer here, but it's down here on the ground. And then, you know, we have, what is that thing called? Like a little scrub brush. We use that when we're cleaning out basements. And then to the left of that, you see another milk crate. And what that is right there is my soap. And by that, I mean my 𝐒𝐿. That's how we do soft washing. Now, I could have bought a tank to put in there, but it was just such a good fit. That right there is the actual 5-gallon pail that the 𝐒𝐿 comes in. And then if you can see, so look, since the beginning of the season, guys, I've only used about a gallon of the 5 gallons. And what I did is I just drilled a 3/8 hose through the lid. And then I put my siphon tube in there. And then if you see that tubing, how it's a little purple, that tubing right there runs to my proportioner. Okay, and then right to the left of that, you see that stand-up tank right there? That's my bleach tank, my SH tank, sodium hypochlorite tank. So, and that's how we use that with our proportioner for soft washing. Now, like I said, it's a tight fit, but you guys see right here, let me see, right there. You guys see that tank right there? That is my house mix tank. Let me see from a different angle here for you guys to see. Right there, guys, that's my house mix tank. Now, I went with a 16-gallon tank. Right there, it's a little hidden. It's right behind the machine. Because, you know, I'm only doing like 3 to 5 houses a day and 16 gallons. And you guys know how I make my house mix. You know, that 16-gallon tank, what I'll do is I'll put 8 gallons of SH. I'll put 2 cups of surfactant. And then 8 gallons of water. Right? That's my house mix. And inside that tank, guys, is a siphon tube that is connected right here. Right? So that siphon tube has a tube, this 1/4-inch tubing on it. And this is where the end of that is, right here. So when I want chemical, all I got to do is flip this valve right here to chemical, and it will be sucking the chemical from that 16-gallon tank. Now, you know, when I'm doing my house washing and then I switch to water, all I got to do is come here and switch. You see how the valve's already switched to water right here where my hand is? Right? You see that right there is water. So black means chemical and white means water. And this right here has a siphon tube inside my buffer tank. Right? So that's where it's pulling from the from the buffer tank. So, you know, when I switch this this valve, it's either going to be pulling from my chemical tank, my house mix tank, or it's going to be pulling from my buffer tank, which is going straight to my my downstream injector. And, you know, I've been washing with this rig now for, like I said, since the beginning of the season, guys. Absolutely love this machine. I would say it's, man, it is very comparable to the Honda 690. Have not had any issues, and we're absolutely nuking jobs. And we'll talk about, you know, like cost and how much you can make with the rig like this at the end. But just wanted to finish up here showing you guys. So, you know, so that's your house mix tank, the 55 gallon, that's your SH tank, the big tank in the back. Let me show you a different angle right here, guys. Look at that. It's a pretty big tank. You see it right here? Pretty big tank. Of course, here I have bottles of F9 bark, and I have what is that thing called? Calcite, calcium removal, in a couple spray bottles. But, you know, if you guys are doing a truck build, man, go with the 270 gallon tank, guys. It's absolutely the perfect tank for pressure washing. And then this right here I bought on Amazon. It's just a what's this thing called? A ladder rack. And by the way, this ladder rack's super easy to install because you just have two J bolts right here. They're called J bolts because they look like the letter J, and they clamp onto the side there of your truck. You see that? Super easy. And then this ladder, if you guys, you know, if you guys want to know, this is just a 24-foot ladder that I got at Lowe's. Of course, you know, and I've done videos on this before. I put one of these bullhorn things on there. You see it? That way, you know, it's more, it's easier, I should say, to get on the roof. And then I've shown you guys this before. I have an 18-inch zip tie right here where my finger is, connected to a 2-inch Velcro strap, and that's how I strap the ladder. It's got one up there, and then it has one right here, okay? And that's, I've been doing that for like 10 or 11 years now. I used to use a ratchet strap, but it's a lot of work, and those things used to break all the time. And since we switched to the system, it's a lot more effective. And then moving right along here, so, you know, you guys saw this. If you got any questions about this, if you're looking to get a machine like this, highly recommend. The other ladder, I don't think I've ever shown you guys this. I also use this King combo. This is called the Little Giant. You guys see right there. This is a 12-foot ladder, and, you know, it's an A-frame ladder. Super easy to use. And what's great, it's got this little, see this little lever right here? You just push it to open it. And, you know, guys, honestly, like 95% of the time I'm out in the field, I'm using that green ladder. That's what I used to get on decks. I recently did a job, actually, where I had to do the gutters. And all around the house, I just use that one. And I do use this occasionally, but, you know, doesn't have to use it all the time. I highly recommend you guys. It's like a I want to say it's like $280 ladder. Guys, the best ladder I've ever had in my life, because it goes from an A-frame to a regular, you know, like a regular ladder. And, you know, I end up using this ladder actually quite a bit. All right, moving right along, you know, oh, I wanted to show you this. See the tank right here, guys? That's the tank, the gas tank for this machine. And, you know, I've already done like over 200 house washes with this machine. Man, this machine is a real beast. So, highly recommend it. Now, next, you see the platform here that's holding my, my machine and my proportioner. This right here, guys, is your AR45. You see that? The Honda GX200 AR45, it's called in the industry. You see it right there. I mean, this one right here is it's right now, it's in its second season, right? Second season of this machine. I've done, you know, a couple hundred jobs, you know. In my experience, guys, I've talked about this before. A lot of you guys, you know, will ask me, will put in the comment section, which do I prefer, the Comet P40 or the AR45? Since I've switched to the AR45 from Comet P40, I will tell you, Comet P40 is a way better machine. You know, we have 3 AR-45s, and every single one of them we've had major issues with, including this one right here. And when I had my Comet P40, I had that thing for 4 years, never had any issues with it at all. I mean, the pump fried after 4 years, but I mean, 4 years, I did hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of jobs with it. And when this machine dies, when this machine is no good, I'm going back to the Comet P40, because I think personally, the Comet P40 is more of a commercial, you know, ready to go, a lot less maintenance type of machine than the AR-45. So that's my 2 cents on it. And all of this right here, I'm not even going to try to explain how all the tubing goes. This is not a rig build sort of series, but you can watch lots of series of mine explaining how to hook up your soft washing. But essentially, that's what all these tubings here are. You see my proportioner right here, guys. I like the proportioner that is clear up here, so we can see air bubbles, or if we have a leak somewhere, it's easy to find it. This right here is our essentially our bypass line, you know, so you're not burning your pump. This right here is about 20 feet long. This right here is our water. This is our soap, and this is our SH, okay? And you guys remember when I showed you the 5-gallon pail, you see this Uniseal? I forgot to put a Uniseal here, but this tubing right here is like 8 or 9 feet of tube. And this Sunday, when I do my, when I put my new hose reel, I'm also going to put a Uniseal here as well. You see how I got this rubbing up against the wood? I just forgot to put the Uniseal, 3/4 inch Uniseal. You see it right there? So anyway, so this is my soap. This is my water, always on. And you see right here, my SH is connected to this shutoff valve right here, guys. And what it is, well, this is actually a 3-way valve. And this is real easy to understand. White right here means water, and black means chemical. And you see how on my valve I have like a little, what is this thing called? Like a little screw that I put in there. You see it, look, if I flip it, there's a screw on the other side too. So this right here means I am on chemical right now. And then when I want water, I'll just put this right here, boom. That means I'm on water. And what's going on here is if you follow this tubing, it's going to end inside of my buffer tank right here that I showed you guys, the 270, this right here, 270 gallon buffer tank. Inside that buffer tank, I have a siphon tube that is connected right here, okay? So when I want water, I just flip that. And then this right here is connected right here, guys. You see it right there, how there's a black tube right here? You see it where my finger's pointing? That's the end of that tube. This is a 3/4 inch continental line, you see it? And if we follow it, it goes into my SH tank. So when I want SH, again, all I gotta do is flip this. And I have like, it has like a fitting right here. I don't know if you guys can see this really well. It's a little platform, like a metal platform right there that's connected to. And this has a barb right here, a barb right here where my finger's painted, and another barb here, right? So when I'm on water, it's sucking water, it's going through here, it's going right into my proportioner and then out to my hose reel, right? And when I want chemical, the same thing. So like, for example, let's say, you know, I have to wash a composite deck, or not composite, I don't soft wash composite. You can do that with downstreaming, but like, let's say a Trex deck, and I'm gonna put, you know, 4% on this Trex deck, 1 on my soap, and then what I'll do is I'll take this and I'll put it like this, boom, then I'm drawing soap. Then when I want to flush out my line, I come here and I do that, just like that, okay? That's how that works. And then how I set up my proportioner is basically I created like a big L. This where my finger is, this is 2x4. So I created an L with a 2x4, and then a little platform here where I could screw into the base. And then the other side of the L, this is all 3/4 inch plywood. And then I just bolted, you see the bolts right here? I just bolted my my proportioner to that. Right, and again, this goes to my buffer tank because it's just water. This goes to that pail right here. Let me show you guys, remember. See that 5-gallon pail inside of the milk crate right there? that is the end of that, because inside there is a, what is that thing called? Like a little siphon tube, and it connects to this. And again, here, there's a siphon tube inside the water, one inside the chemical, and that's how I am able to. And the reason why I did that is so I don't have to get on top of the truck and move things around. So I can do everything from the ground. All right. So again, AR-45 proportioner. We got 8.5 GPM machine, 24-inch surface cleaner right there, and all of the different parts and everything that you see here with this rig. Guys, quick announcement. I've created a digital product called Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box. Check this out. Okay, so the Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box is actually a thumb drive that we're going to send to you guys to your physical address. And when you get this thumb drive, you're going to see a folder that's called Box in it. And then when you open it, you're going to see all of these files right here, guys, all of these folders. And guys, this thing has over 500 files, anything and everything I've ever created from my business. So all of the blueprints, training modules, documents, all of the things that you guys constantly email me about, your pricing PDF, your for example, your marketing blueprints, anything that you could need for your business is in here. That's why we call it a business in a box. One of the things that I really like about this is, guys, check out all of these pictures. So you have a total of 300 before and after pictures that you guys can add to your website and your Facebook and your Google My Business. And check this out. So there's a folder called Google SEO. And the pictures already have the SEO words in them. And this one photo right here has over 300. This specific folder has 190 pictures, but all in all, it's over 300 pictures. Look at some of these pictures, guys. Amazing before and afters pictures for you guys to be able to add to all of your social medias and whatnot. This is going to help you get a lot of customers. And of course, your edible postcards are on here. And then finally, you got training videos on here as well, guys. Like, for example, the video on how to optimize your Google My Business, the Mr. Bubbles. You got several videos. So they're like training modules. You got all the PDFs. The bottom line, guys, is this. This is going to help you with your business. So don't miss out. Make sure that you email us so you can get your business in a box today. In order to get your business in a box, you just got to hit the link in the description of this video. And I say this all the time on the channel, guys. The more you know, the more you grow. That's how come I decided to create this business in a box, because it has everything in there you need to be able to grow your business. And I really, really believe that this is going to be a game changer for you. Guys, you do not want to miss out on this one. Now, let's talk about pricing, and probably the most important question that you guys have right now, how much could you make with a rig like this? Pricing-wise, guys, if you're looking to build a rig like this, it's going to depend on if you're buying everything brand new. Everything on this rig is brand new with the exception of that one hose reel that I showed you. But again, I just bought one that's right in front of me, and I'm switching that out. If you're buying everything brand new and you're trying to, like recreate what I have on here, it's going to be right around 15 grand. Right around 15 grand. Well, let's do the math real quick. These hose reels, again, they're aluminum. That's why they're more expensive. Steel Eagles, aluminum Steel Eagles. The most expensive one is the 3/4 inch manifold one. But the reel and all the hoses together, you're looking at about 3 grand right there. And that's, with the Flexilla, the pressure line, the soft washing. That's 3 grand right there. And the proportioner is basically right around the grand with the fittings. You're at 4 grand right there. This machine behind me, 5 grand. I'm already at $9,000 right there. Then you throw in your AR-45, let's say, with taxes and everything, right around 3. You're at 12,000 right there. What am I forgetting? Oh, you have your 24-inch surface cleaner, all this wood, all the fittings. You have your ladder rack. Yeah, it's going to be right around $15,000. I might be off by $1,000 or $2,000 there. I think it's a little bit more expensive than that. I feel like I want to say I spent, you know, like with all the different fittings, the hoses, the, what is that thing called? The tanks, because that big tank, the 270 gallon tank, I bought for $1,000. The stand-up tank, the straps for it, the little tank. I mean, all in all, I want to say I probably spent closer to $17,000 around there. But I'm just giving you guys a ballpark figure, not an exact figure. So your cost is going to be right around $15K if you want a professional setup like this. Now, who is this setup for? You know, you guys know the Mr. Bubbles channel. The purpose of this channel is to help you guys grow your business. This, unfortunately, guys, is not a beginner setup. You know, if you're out there and you're listening to me and you've never washed a house and you're going through the process of putting everything together so you can start a pressure washing business, this is not a setup for you. This is not a beginner setup. This is a setup for people that, you know, they want to do, or they have the capability of doing, I would say, at least three to five. You know, we're doing 4. Like today, you know, it's right around 9:15 right now. My guys just left about an hour ago. And I have 4 houses on my schedule starting. I'm leaving the shop around 10. And I have 4 houses on my schedule. Even though I'm going to leave at 10, I'm going to be back probably around 3:30, 4 o'clock. I just got 4 easy peasy house washes. That video that you guys saw two episodes ago, if you haven't seen it, go back. It's got like a water boss on the thumbnail. I had 4 houses to do that day as well. That video that you saw with me using the water boss, guys, it took me in real time 38 minutes to wash that house. From the moment I pulled up to the moment that I left was 50 minutes. So this type of setup here is designed to help you be more efficient, right? So you're able to do 4, like us, we're doing 4 to 6 jobs a day. Like, and that leads real nice into what I wanted to talk to you about is how much could you make with a rig like this? A setup like this, guys, is designed so you can make anywhere between $1,800 to roughly $2,500 a day as an average. You know, the very first day that I had with this rig was actually a Saturday. And the very first job that I had that Saturday was a $2,200 job. And then I had 2 more jobs after that. And then I was back at the shop right around 3 o'clock. My first job was actually in Potomac, Maryland. Very rare that we go that far. But anyway, so ended up doing a $3,100 job, $3,100 day on my very first day. And then I tracked it for 21 days. I averaged, so 21 days that I used this rig, I averaged $2,000 per day. Okay, so that's what this rig will be able to make for you. Obviously, guys, that's taken into account, right, that you've already developed certain skill sets to be able to get these leads in a consistent basis. We talk about SOMA all the time here on my channel. SOMA stands for Sales, Operations, Marketing, and Administration. This is skill sets that you will have to master if you want to, you know, build a consistent pressure washing business. When I say consistent, I'm talking about leads and cash flow and all that. But yeah, totally doable. Again, this is more, I wanted to show you guys this, you know, to you, because this is you in year, let's say 3 or 4, some, you know, between years 3 and 5, let's say. I am in my 14th year, like including the truck, the wrap, everything. I paid everything cash, no credit. And, you know, you're not going to be able to, you guys, 99.999% of you guys are not going to have the resources to be able to do something like this. And also, I don't recommend it because, again, this is the type of rig that you need to be able to do 3-4 jobs every day. If you're doing 3-4 jobs a week, you know, just watch my my truck build series. You're going to put together, you know, like a $3,000-$4,000 rig. You're going to get a Simpson 4 gallon a minute type machine just to get started. You don't need more than $3,000 or $4,000 to build a rig, you know, like a starter rig. But also, guys, you know, man, that's why we do this channel. It's not just, it's not just like a how-to channel, but it's also inspirational to teach you guys, you know, what you can do. Because imagine 3 years from now, guys, you know, I don't know what your situation is out there, but imagine 3 years from now, you have a rig like this and you're making $2,000-$3,000 a day using a rig like this. Will completely transform your life. So there you have it, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming to the channel, supporting the Mr. Bubbles channel. And yeah, guys, you know, stay glued, stay tuned to the channel. Got great content for you as always right around the corner. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bubbles out.